Hi everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic time ODing on all the superb films and web series currently being served on all the OTT platforms. I am Akash and I welcome you once again back to my channel Pixelent OTT Reviews. In this episode, we are going to be looking at the recently dropped and the aggressively swiped and disliked show on Netflix, The Royals. But before we do that, I would quickly recommend that you subscribe to my channel so that you are updated on all the recent episodes which are going to be dropped regularly and you are able to make a conscious and educated and informed decision as to shows and web series and films on OTT platforms which you ought to watch and which you ought to give it a miss. So diving straight in this episode we are going to look at The Royals, which recently dropped on Netflix, and it has got my brain skewered and roasted by this brazen attempt by directors Priyanka Bose and Nupur Asthana. Produced by Pritish Nandi Communications, headed by Rongita Nandi, which also produced the show 4 More Shots Please, which to me is like no more shots please. Really, what is this show about? I really think that this is one of the worst shows on Netflix coming out of India. Let me clarify at the very outset that in this show, we only talk about shows, web series and films on OTT platforms which you ought to watch. If we are not talking about a show or if we do not feature a film on any OTT platform, that means it's really worth a miss. Also, we do not have a rating system because I think it's so futile. On this show, we usually do not talk about an actor's performance because I believe that an actor is only as good as the screenplay, the script or the director at the helm. And that is the unique POV of the story and the screenplay that we take into consideration while we review any web series or film on OTT platforms. And that is primarily also because of basically who I am, a storyteller. However, there are sometimes shows like The Royals which beg a public royal flogging, and I succumb to the temptation to bring out my vitriolic, acid-dipped fork tongue to give it a public lashing. I mean, come on, what was writer Neha Veena Sharma and her team, who also wrote the equally cringe-worthy Ziddi Girls on? Did they even research 2 pages on Google and Wikipedia to find out what is the Indian royalty, what is the history of the palaces? I doubt it. Even a foreign tourist visiting India has more in-depth knowledge about Indian royalty, their palaces, their history than these lazy writers. They are work potato, if you get my drift. I don't think that Indian royalty has also ever been so badly ravished and pillaged and their dignity so badly marauded than what these people have been treated to in this show. And that is just the beginning of this horrifying series. Everything is choppy, floppy and outright sloppy. Tropes abound in the nerve-wracking dialogues. And the background music is so loud and nerve-wracking. I think that is the reason for the palace walls of Morpur crumbling or the ceiling leaking with dirty toilet humor. The scenes are blotchy, the characterizations are completely out of sync, and the premise is insomniac. Fashion and style-wise, the presentation of the royals in this series is so bizarre, it's not Harper's Bazaar, it's Bhindi Bazaar. The story meanders from the word go. And as we trudge to Morpur, to the Vale of Peacocks in the BG score, we are introduced to the mores and excesses of the royal clan, led by Crown Prince Aviraj, awaiting coronation and played by Ishaan Khatter. He comes face to face with Sophia, played by Bhumi Pednekar, who is the CEO of Work Potato, a startup that's become a unicorn. Thus begins the royal corn soup that soon hops over thorns and grows on to become a royal pain in the balls of your eyes. As abruptly as the first season of this web series The Royals ends, we are also quickly and hastily wrapping up this episode, but not before a reminder for you to subscribe to my channel and to also press the bell notification icon if you want to be entertained by not only what you watch on OTT platforms in terms of web series and films, but also yours truly's humble episodes of reviews of what's there to watch and what's there to avoid. Bye.